That sounds a little bit strange, like slavery is natural to us. We hope not, we don't want it to be natural to us. But it's going to take it to a different level. חוק טבעי בבין האדם, it's natural to humans. הרי המציאות של עניים ועשירים, חלשים וגיבורים, דבר מוכרח ונהוג הוא. A world where we have poor people and we have rich people, we have strong people, we have weak people, is the world we live in, like what I was saying beforehand, right? We don't have slaves here in God, Baruch Hashem. We have professors and we have cleaners, right? We have white-collar workers, blue-collar workers, employees, businessmen. We have different levels in society, and that is unavoidable. Forever and ever, we're going to have different levels in society. So in the world of the Torah, back then, we read the Psukim, it sounds like slavery, like this horrible thing, of hurting people, and ownership on humans, and lack of human rights, and it sounds awful to us. But let's think of the deep, actual concept of levels in society. We will always have levels in society, right? Finance works on a balance. If I'm poor, it means I have less money than someone else. A poor person today might have way more than a rich person had 200 years ago, right? What makes me rich or poor is relative to society. Society is built on these different levels. Okay? Barakti Yetzer Hara, Hashem created the Yetzer Hara. Barakti lo Torah Tavlim. Okay, the Gemara in Kedushin tells us that Hashem created within us Yetzer Hara, and it created the Torah as a tavlim, as a spice. Okay? We have the Yetzer Hara, but then we have the Torah in order to spice the food, in order to make it taste good. We take that not so nice side of us and put something beautiful on it. The rules, the concept, in order to take it to the right direction. So Yetzer Hara is to make us have different levels in society and not be so nice to other people and be better than other people. This is built into our nature. And when the Torah takes it to the right direction, okay, he's the cleaner, you're the professor. It doesn't mean you have to be mean to him. It doesn't really mean he doesn't deserve his paycheck, his respect, his integrity, okay? We're always going to have, not a king, but a prime minister, okay? The prime minister of Israel, the president of the United States, have cleaners, have kitchen workers, have gardeners, and it's not a bad thing. So in the old world, they were considered literally slaves, and then the Torah tries to make it calmer and more moral. Okay, you have to treat them well, you have to take care of them, you have to look after them, you're not allowed to hurt them, you have to take care of their family. Here, let's take it to our world. We have a prime minister and we have a cleaner. But we have to treat them with respect. על כן האנשים הראויים להיות עבדים, על פי תיקונם של עולם, אנשים כאלה, we have אנשים כאלה, we have people like this, they exist. שהרחבת חופשתם תביא הרעה. People like this don't want this, okay? Being an employee or being an independent in your workplace is a personality issue, okay? I personally cannot open a business. I'm not built for it. Not for pushing myself forward, not for taking care of the finance and what happens when you have a lean month. Like, there are people that are cut out to be employees, okay? I give my best at my job. At the end of the month, I get my paycheck. And other people are business startup people. They take the high risks, they fall hard, they jump up hard, they can deal with that. It's a personality thing. Not everyone is cut out to be a prime minister, right? Not everyone is cut out to be the head of the school. Some people want to be in management jobs or principals, okay? Most of us here at Harova are not interested in replacing or Milton. Some people are good at leading, and some people are good at teaching, and some people are good at personal connections. Everyone has their strength. So in society, we're going to have white-collar workers and blue-collar workers, and it's not necessarily true that the blue-collar workers strive to be white-collar workers. They're happy where they are. It fits into their personality. It's what they want to do. Okay? Some people are going to be the quiet ones. Some people are going to be the loud ones. Some people are going to be the leaders. Some people are going to be the followers. Let's take slavery, master and slave, and turn it into leader and follower. Okay? We're going to have the leaders and we're going to have the followers. And that's the way the world works, the way personalities work. Rav Kook doesn't turn it into something bad. He takes it to the deeper concept behind all this. And he says, yes, our world is built by hierarchies, and it's not a bad thing. Okay? We have people that strive to rule the world, to be in charge of everything, to manage everyone, to give out rules. And we have people that are great at listening and keeping the rules. We have amazing assistants, secretaries, cleaners out there that really are amazing at just getting this place to work. And everyone knows that the secretary and the principal is runs the school, right? We know they have that side to them, but they're really happy being a secretary. They don't want to be the leader. Does that mean you can be mean to them? Does that mean you can belittle them? Does that mean you can get away with not paying them? That's where the rules, the technicalities of slavery come in and tell us absolutely not. People should be treated with respect. These people are God's kids just like you are. They serve only Hashem. You're in no way better than them. We're all Jews. We're all taking care of each other. We're all brothers, okay? That's what Harav Koch does with this concept. It's not that you're not okay. It's not that slavery should be completely erased from the world. It's the combination of the two. So I'm going to summarize what we've done today. Okay, I'm doing on timing. We're good. Okay, so we started out with the concept of slavery. What is slavery and why are we against it? It sounds like crazy questions. Of course, we're against slavery. But when we think about it for a minute, what do we have our issue with slavery? We had an issue with it being taking away someone's rights, with ownership, with hurting other people, right? With going into someone else's space and rights. And we took the Torah's concept of a Jewish slave, okay? We only discussed Eved Ivri, not Eved Kanani. That we'll do another time. It's a whole another concept. An Eved Ivri is someone that either stole, and that's his way of paying back. Okay, being a slave driver is not a profession that is allowed in the Jewish Torah. Who sells a slave? Only Beit Din, only the high courts, the rabbis, can sell someone into slavery. Why is he sold into slavery? Because he stole, and he can't pay him. I stole $70,000 from the big master. Instead of being thrown into jail and just having a horrible 10 years in jail, this person can now work it off, learn a profession, have board and shelter and food, and learn how to, it's like a rehab center, making him go in the right direction. Other idea, someone that's incredibly poor. He has no way of feeding himself. He has no way of taking care of himself, so he sells himself into slavery in order to have shelter, food, a profession, take care of him, help him, get him there, do something with it, okay? Or we saw a concept of selling your daughter into slavery. I cannot afford to feed her. So the concept today of just like leaving a baby on an orphanage step or something like that is here. Take my daughter, take care of her, look after her. She'll help you around the house, she'll do some work. We strive for her to marry the son of the big master. We want to help these people get out of the slavery. In Hebrew, it's called a ma'agal oni, like the circle of poverty. Is the concept of that in English? Right? You're born into poverty, so you stay in poverty. So your kids and your grandkids will always be poor. Like you want to help them get out of this circle. So you're bringing them up to a higher level. You saw in the Pesukim, that's why you go into slavery. That it's always on a time clock. There's an expiration date to every slave. You do not buy someone's rights for life. You buy them for a time, in order for them to go through a process by you, in order for you to get paid back, in order for something to happen here. There's a point to the slavery. It's not just taking away someone's rights. They have an expiration date while they live by you, they're allowed to come with their wife and their children, and we have to take care of them as well. Okay, the Gemara inclusion says, Kana Eved, Kana Adon, right? You bought a slave, you're buying a master, you have to take care of the issues. And even within this, Vayikra tells us, Lo ta'avod oto b'parel, okay? Lo tordeh oto b'parel. You cannot hurt your workers. You cannot hurt them. You cannot abuse them. If someone is abused, they're immediately set free. That's not the concept. You bought an Eved, you bought a servant, okay? V'nikar lecha, lo ta'avod bo, avodat Eved. You think you bought a servant, you did not buy a servant. Ki Sacher ketoshav. Treat him as an employee. Take care of him, look out for him. You do not own this person. Okay, we have a concept of slavery, and it's also a very smart psychological meaning for it, playing on these people. If you just say there is no slavery, then no one will listen to you, because in their culture there is slavery. Okay, the Torah is timeless in both directions. But by saying there is slavery, but you treat your slaves well, you talk to them, you take care of them, you feed them, you clothe them, you make sure they're warm, you make sure their wife and children also have a place to be. When you set them out for free, you send them off with a head start, with cattle, with wine, with food, with clothing. Start your life. The rehab is over, now go do your own life. And if they want to stay, now it also makes sense why they want to stay sometimes. It's a safe zone, it's a story, it's a place for them to be. Then we see it as a bad thing. You're not supposed to stay in slavery. You're supposed to set free. You're supposed to start your own life. You're supposed to go someplace with these concepts. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with just going over the last three Torah studies. Remember, we know he says that the Torah is two systems. We have the idyllic system, the system of Shekhinah, of ideals of the Torah being completely spiritual and inspiring, and we have the practical system of the Torah. So in the Pesukim, we see, of course, slavery is not wanted, but we also have a system for what we do with the actual world that have slavery. We must treat them well, we must be nice to them, etc. The Torah does not believe in this hierarchy. We were all descendants of Adam Rishon, of one man. We're all the same. But because humans brought us to this place of there being a hierarchy, that's where it comes to control that side of us, that Yetzer Hara, be nice to them, treat them well, do what we need to do. And Rav Kook goes in a bit of a different direction. He says, no, it's human nature, and human nature is good. Everything in the world is good. Hashem created us that way, and it will be like that forever. There are poor, there are rich, there are managers, there are employees, there are cleaners, there are prime ministers. That's not going to be there forever. You're always going to have that. And by this concept of discussing slavery, we're talking about society in every single time. Okay, so back then it was the slaves that had no way of paying for food, so they were brought into your house. And today, it's the person that cleans this room at the end of the day. Are we going to smile at her? Are we going to be nice to her? Are we going to treat her with respect? Learn her name, ask her how she's doing, make sure she gets her paycheck on time, invite her to employee, parties, just like you invite your teachers to your Hanukkah party. Of course, we're going to invite, there was someone that worked here for me for years. I think he left in the middle of last year. We all, I don't know, I was very new last year, so I don't know his name, but I remember everyone talking to him and being friends with him, and he was a very, he's part of our life. I know in other places I work, I know their names, I work with them, I like them. They're humans just like us. They have kids going to school, they have kids getting married, right? Who's your, the chef here, right? Someone's mentioned him today. Esti is his name? Right, he's not the chef, he's not a worker, he's Esti, he's a person. Ask him how he's doing. What? Marsha. It's a concept of, it's not slavery, okay? It's hierarchy in society. Some would see it as meaning frailty, some would see it as an ideal. But in any case, if you look at this stuff as how to treat other people, how to treat all concepts, all sides of society, then it's much more moral than like that.